Everyone. We're here at Camp V and we are interviewing Miss LaRhonda Hamilton. And so we have a list of questions that we have for her. But Miss LaRhonda, if you want to introduce yourself pretty quickly before we get into the questions, that way we don't steal the thunder of what we have to ask you.
Okay. Hello, my name is LaRhonda Hamilton. It's a pleasure to be sitting here with Jonathan for his news station. I am a criminal justice professor at Tyler Junior College, and I am a community activist who focuses on veterans, on women's rights, and the criminal justice system.
Awesome. So Miss LaRhonda, now you've had a remarkable journey from the Army to the criminal justice education. What helped you make that transition and why did you make that transition?
Okay, so I am an only child. So going into the military, I feel like I had something to prove to myself as well as to others. I had no intentions of spending 20 years, 4 months, and 8 days in the Marine Army. I was only
And
going to
yes,
do
guys, she knows the to the day.
I was only going to do four years, but they led to 20. So during the time I served active duty reservist and AGR, which is active guard reservist. So during the time as a reservist, I started working for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, TDCJ,
Okay.
in an all-male maximum security facility
Wow.
in Beaumont, Texas. And so I got one of my master's degrees in administration, justice, and security, and one in criminal justice. So working in the prison system and seeing all the things that go on within the system and seeing the absolute need for reform, which gravitated me from social work to criminal justice.
Understood. That's awesome. So we were talking earlier about you being the first African American female criminal justice professor at TJC. And for those that don't know, that's Tyler Junior College. So were there any challenges or even opportunities that were available to you being that trailblazer?
Definitely, and I take that with great honor to be the first one to teach criminal justice at Tyler Junior College. I am the only one who has the background in corrections. Everyone else in my department background is into policing, so I bring real world relevance when it comes
Right.
to corrections. There's three elements to the criminal justice system, and there's police, courts, and corrections. And oftentimes people hear law enforcement and they only think of police. But
Yeah.
I am here to represent and to advocate for corrections because that is my background.
Yes, ma'am. So you guys know that law enforcement is the police, the courts, and the correctional officers in that order. So, I mean, Ms. LaRhonda, your work spans from advocacy, veterans, women's rights, criminal justice reform. How do these connect for you? Because for some, that may seem like an array of an assortment of things. So, how does it personally connect for you?
Well, when you look at the military and you look at law enforcement, it's what we call quasi military, rank structure.
Okay.
It's rank structure, chain of command, you wear a uniform, you carry weapons. So all the
Right.
experience I gained when I was in the military was an asset when I started teaching criminal justice. I taught
Right.
criminal justice at a high school prior to my year in Congress.
Okay.
So it's different experiences that I am bringing into the classroom. And for as women, right? I mean, I'm a woman, and I know the struggle. Sometimes that come women way, especially working within the criminal justice field, being in the military, which some people feel have that old thinking that it's not a place for a woman, not a place for a female. So I'm here to advocate, for the women's right and for the empowerment of women. And so that veterans, that criminal justice, and the women's rights is all a passion of mine.
Right. You're like the embodiment of that connection, right? Like, yeah. So let's talk about some of these impactful organizations because the proof is in the pudding and the fruit is from the tree. Like we see in Tyler that you have some really impactful organizations, including the East Texas Veterans Banquet, the World Changing Women's Leadership Night Out. And that's just to name a couple. So what's inspired these initiatives and which impact in the Tyler community resonates best with you? Like what have you seen happen and you're like, that was cool?
Okay. The East Texas Veterans Banquet, I do it on the auspices of Empowerment Community Development Corporation, where Stanley Cofer is the president. So when they
Shout out
brought
Mr.
me on
Cofer.
board, yes, it was the first board that I was approached to join when I relocated here to
Okay.
Tyler. So I've been on their board about 8 years. I've been
Wow.
about 8 years. And of course, veterans is my focus. So they named me a veterans director. And just one night, my thoughts come to me around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I had this idea about doing a veterans banquet, not just focusing on veterans, but also on those organizations who support veterans on a daily
Right.
basis.
That part right there
Because
is
it's so important to know that we see you, that you thank us and you appreciate us for our service to the country, but we thank you. We thank those organizations who support veterans on a daily basis. So I just want them to know that it does not go unnoticed nor unappreciated.
yes, that is super. See, that's the type of impacts that I mean, I guess with so much military service and you kind of adopted that mind frame of like being a servant leader, right? So, I mean, what key lessons can you bring to teaching for your students, like that real world application? What level can you bring to them that they might not get with another professor somewhere else?
Yes, definitely bringing real world relevance. The students love to hear war stories, not just military, criminal justice
And that
personnel,
max
and
security,
then
that's
maximum
gotta
security.
be
I have some stories to tell, on that. And, with my networking in the community and being involved with different organizations, I meet people who are still walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So I invite those people who are still in uniform, to come and share
wow.
about their respective organizations and a chance for them to tell their war stories and come to the group within the classroom.
Now that is like bringing the world to the room. Like, yeah, that is why they love you. So moving on, I'm just doing just a quick Google search will let you know that you have two proclamations. Like those are days named after you in honor of you in the city of Tyler. Now you're not even a native Tylerite, so that means that your impact has been like cannonball. So what can you speak to on those and those impacts in the community?
Well, definitely an honor to receive not just one but two.
Yeah.
Keys to the city. I got one this November 2024 for my East Texas Veterans Banquet and my dedicated service to continuing servicing veterans in the community. So I'm surprised with their proclamation, with them naming November 1st as LaRhonda Hamilton's Day.
Man.
Another organization that I founded is the World Changing Women Leaders, and this our fourth one, we're coming up on our fourth one, and it is about women empowerment. And so March 1st, we had our third one, and again, I was surprised with a
What
proclamation
another key
and
to
another key to the city declaring March 1st as LaRhonda Hamilton's Day, as well as the kickoff to Women's History Month. This is the month of March.
man, that's history. Like we're that's like you're like living history. Yeah. So also you're a co-author of two books as well. So the titles of them are Crazy Girl in My Head Has to Go and Trying to Love Them. Can you share a little bit of like what inspired that and what you want the readers to take away from that?
So The Crazy Girl in My Head Has to Go is a book that's co-authored with Stephanie Seaton as well as several other co-authors, and it deals with mental health. There are different situations that we experience that can cause us to have some crazy, some stinking thinking, and that may be the root cause of some of our mental health issues. So we decided to pin it, put it in a book, talk about our experiences so when our readers read that, then they know that they're not alone. And they can take some nuggets away from the book as far as how to get it under control, when to seek out for help because mental health is so strong and the awareness is so great. And so we just want everyone to know that you're not alone. At time or another, we all have some crazy things. We
Hello.
all have
Yeah.
some trauma, that has experienced maybe depression or anxiety or things such as that. So it's a good read. If you're interested in getting a copy of The Crazy Girl, My Head Has to Go, reach out to me. I do have some on hand.
Awesome. And you guys can find her on Facebook under her name, and you can find those books as a resource to kind of help with that stinking thinking, how she just said that. That was, I like that. So as a community activist, and you're a board member on more organizations than some people even are a part of. So how do you balance those commitments, or how are you trying to balance those and moving forward and learning from that?
Absolutely. I am in the process of learning how to balance those. I'm in the process of learning how to set boundaries. Because I served my country for so long, I still have this service part.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be a part of serving, such a wonderful community such as Tyler. And that I have not set boundaries because I'm saying yes, because I want to be that serving part, but I am learning that two-letter word, no. And I am learning that you can say no without an explanation,
Amen to
so
that.
yes,
Yeah.
so I'm on summer break, so that is my homework, for the summer is learning how to, sit back and relax and know that no can is a healthy word.
And it helps you create that balance, right?
Absolutely.
Amen to that. So for the young women, and there are some veterans that may be watching, and they're looking to pursue careers in criminal justice, or they may have that servant community leadership bug too. What can they do?
Definitely young women, minorities who are interested in working within the criminal justice field. Now is the time.
Y'all heard that.
Now is the time. The system is waiting and willing and eager to hire women and minorities within the system. And a way to get acclimated and know if it's something that you really want to do is surround yourself with people who are already working within that field
Right.
that you feel like you're interested in. If you don't know where to start with that, reach out. I would gladly introduce you to someone who's working in the field that you may be interested in. And for its veterans as well. If things you want to do in the community, if Tyler has nothing else, they have networking events.
Yes, they do.
There is a networking event just about every day of the week. And so,
Right. You just got to get that calendar. Yeah.
yes, so just get out there and network and meet the people because sometimes networking is just as important, if not more, than education because it's often who you know and not what you know.
What you know. And like we said earlier, who you know can teach you what you need to know.
Absolutely.
And so, looking ahead, so some of the things that people can get involved in, what are some of the things that you have on your calendar that they can kind of look forward to and get ready for?
Okay, great. Yes, July the 12th, the World Changing Women Leaders are hosting a mind, body, soul, health, and finance experience. It will start at 10:30. It will be held at the First Christian Church. I will be releasing the RSVP link this evening because we just got the location
Whoa, let's
here.
go. Let's go.
It is a free event. Come in your workout clothes because it's not just going to be a panel. It will be a panel, but not just a panel. We'll also be getting our bodies moving,
Let's go.
with some Zumba, with some yoga, with some aerobics, because with this event, we're looking to work from the inside out. So you will get to hear and get some nuggets to take away, from the women who will be sitting on the panel. And then, get your body's moving, and then we're going to slow it down with a meditation. So you're going to leave
Mm,
there with knowledge and also with relaxation.
Yeah, what an experience. It's kind of like a jump start for your body. So you
Yes.
guys sign up for that. The link will become available this evening. So you guys follow Miss LaRhonda for that. Is there anything else you want to let anyone know before we let you go?
Yes, we want to finish out this year with events. August the 24th will be Women Equality Day. More information coming on that. Save the date, August 24th at 3 p.m. November the 1st will be the 5th annual East Texas Veterans Banquet
Yes.
at 6 p.m. Also save the date for that as well. Information will be followed.
Yes, and
I
I
forgot to mention one organization that I found, and that's the East Texas National Association of Black Victim Justice. That we have police officers, we have attorneys, we have judges, we have community leaders, we have criminal justice students that make up. And this is we focus on educating the community on the criminal justice.
Yes, so you guys look out for that group, and if you're in criminal justice or you're a student or you have a passion for it and want to become an advocate or just want to be nosy, man, connect with that group out here in East Texas. So thank you for your time, Miss LaRhonda, and we'll have all of those dates in the caption of this video so you guys can screenshot that, add it to your calendar, and we'll have all of those links to those organizations as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.